Hello guys. 1 second here. Ran into my chair behind me and dropped my pen. All right, everything is looking good. Let me make sure everything on the screen is looking good, getting good signals from YouTube. What do we got here? Stream health, it's not complaining. All right, guys, let's dive into it. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the live stream where we first review the watch list and we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone had a good start to their day and are ready to really get into things on Friday. It's the last day of the short week, last day of May. Let's make it happen. Today is, what is today? The 29th of May. Friday, right? It's 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got another 15 minutes before the market opens at 9:30. Like always, we wrap up trading by 10:30 to 11. Check out the video descriptions below. A lot of questions in there. And let's dive into the watch list because we got stuff going in all sorts of directions. I wouldn't say it's as overwhelming as yesterday. Yesterday we had kind of a lot of stuff moving and I wasn't really sure. Today I think there's 3 main ones and our goal is to figure out what the main lead gapper is, and oftentimes what has the most volume so far is a good indicator. What I do like about PHIO is the fact that it popped up on the scanner a little bit later. Oftentimes that means it's not totally overtraded, it's not totally overextended. Unfortunately, when it did pop up on the scanner, I originally saw it here around 8 in the morning. And I never ended up trading any of this because I'm not always on my computer when I'm trading pre-market. I noticed it again. Where was it? I think it was in this green area because I looked back and I was like, oh man, if I was on my computer at 8:40, I would have loved buying this pullback right here on the 375 big time support and resistance zone. I love those breakouts from those zones and the pullbacks to those zones. I don't know how much I would have held into this, probably no more than 10-15%, but would have been a really nice pre-market trade. Day 2 for Jake, nice. Happy to hear that. On DAL, I'll have to check that one out. So let's dive through the watch list a little first, and then we'll check out some of these other tickers you guys are calling out. Where is it? PHIO, like I said, popped up in the scanner a little bit later, so it's probably not totally overtraded, although it might be overextended for at least the short term. This thing's up 160%. When I checked the scanner, it was up 60%, right? So it did have kind of make up for its delayed start. 4 million float. We always look for the stocks with the lowest floats. 4 million is really nice. Ideally, anything under 50 million and under 10 million. PHIO is a US biotech with positive data on a tumor drug. So it has a catalyst and it has fast rate of change. And I would have argued this morning that it has a nice upside potential, but it kind of filled that upside potential. We have big resistance at 650, moving average around 7. This was a bit of a gap fill. I think it was that was actually called out in the chat room already. By Paul, yeah, I see it. I see your comment, and yeah, so I'm a little nervous on how much this thing's got left in it. I mean, I don't think it's not going to try to retest the highs, so I'm sure it will at one point. It just, can we get a decent entry, a good risk reward entry before that happens, if it does happen at all. So let's see what we can get out of that one. But for now, PHIO is definitely going to be one of my lead stocks I'm looking at. There's several on here that are kind of interesting. But here, PRTY is one of the ones I find pretty interesting as well. This was the one I wrote on the watch list as our lead gapper. We got 90% gapper, 88 million market cap, float. So that's a little bit on the high end. We're typically not trading something with such a big float. It's a USA retail company, and they're raising capital. They just have all sorts of news kind of across the board. On debt raising, consolidation. It's a lot to go through, but they do have catalyst. I'm a little skeptical on how much this thing can go up as well, because we've hit $2 now. So right in this area, and we're kind of pulling back already. Maybe we'll hit 250. Maybe we'll even see a 3, but I think at 250, there's going to be some big time resistance. So I'm a little bit, again, skeptical. I don't know. it'll be interesting. We've had several gap days to the upside, and there was actually decent continuation with PRTY. So could be kind of promising there. It is a bit bigger of a company overall. I mean, I think Party City, that's like a normal retail chain. I think like everyone's been there at least once in the USA, if it's in your neighborhood. I think, I don't know, I could be wrong. I feel like I've been there at least once. Anyway, I don't see this thing, you know, instantly crashing like a classic penny stock or, you know, sub dollar small cap. So let's see how this thing goes. I do have a limit order at 500 shares, tiny limit order at 147. I don't really think we're going to hit this area, but if we get a flash pullback under 1.5, I would probably like to pick up some shares in this area. Again, that's a small position size, kind of just to put it up here a little bit. Okay, enough of that one. We have SNOA. This is another really interesting one that I think has some potential here because it was gapping up 150%, 2 million float, and this is what's really, really interesting. Actually, the float's more like 1.5, but I just rounded it. U.S. drug manufacturing company, and they have a what is their catalyst? Australian nod for hand sanitizer that could apparently allow was it disinfect coronavirus, or it was against, yeah, okay, got use against coronavirus, that's what it was. So coronavirus news, hand sanitizer deal with the whole country. It sounds pretty hot on a stock that, you know, it's a $10 million company. So this one, you know, moving quite a bit. So I think those three are going to be our top watchers for the day. Am I going to trade any of them? I don't know, probably. I'm not holding any of them yet. So we'll see how we go. Out of the gates, I'll probably want to be watching PRTY. I feel like I'm watching PHIO as well. So I got PRTY on this screen to my right, so I'll be watching it over here. If I enter a trade, I'll obviously move the screen over so we can all watch it. I have SNOA. I have a limit order here at 11.5. I think we might get a nice little dip back down to this area. Might remove some of these limit orders before the market opens. And yeah, obviously PHIO. I mean, this one's going to be pretty hot. I think this is really, really one of the main ones to watch. And pre-market, we might see a nice little bounce here again. So we'll see what we get. I think it's going to be quite an interesting little morning here. It was a slow start to the week, but it really picked up around Wednesday. Probably just because Monday people were, you know, it was holiday. Tuesday, I don't know, people were still away. Wednesday, people were, you know, ready to dive back, get full into gear. Let's see how this one turns out. So PHIO, I'm definitely going to be watching it. I see you guys calling out ADAP. I don't think it's on my scanner. Let me see where it is here. Maybe it is on my scanner. No, it's not on my pre-market scanner. I think it's because it's over $10. Let me quickly check here. Here's all my filters for my scanner. Again, this is something in my video description below, a whole video on my scanner. So I don't elaborate on these things too much on the live streams. So I'm scanning for over 15%. I recently lowered this from 20%. 600 million. I recently increased that from 500 million. Some max is $50, so I should be ADAP. Why is this thing not popping up in my scanner? I'm thinking here, usually there's a pretty valid reason. Maybe their market cap's over 600 million. Let me quickly check. Yeah, so their market cap is 643 million. So ADAP, especially now, is not going to be on my scanner. But wowie, yeah, what a big move it had, 138%. So I'll definitely write it down here. ADAP. Trial data. So you have trial data coming in. Complete response patient liver cancer. Focus on head and neck, bladder cancer. Wow, that's a lot of news. Where do you even begin? So definitely have positive trial data, complete response in patient with liver cancer. $130% gap, that's big news. What was the float on this one again? Let me quickly check here. We got another 4 minutes till the market opens. This is 11 million float, very explosive, big move potential. It's a UK biotech. It's not always that important which country it's from. I sometimes like to keep an eye out for it. Sometimes you'll notice some trends, but I don't really, that doesn't really influence my trading. Sometimes if it says Chinese, I'm a little bit more skeptical sometimes that there's something maybe going on. But I don't know if that's warranted at all. Yeah, it's fire out here, huh? TCON, let me see, let me just check out what's going on with this one. Interesting, nice little moves here. I think there's big resistance around $3 on this one. I don't really think that this one's gonna be a top gapper, but I like the low float on it. Let me go back to 80 AP really quickly here and check out the long-term chart. Always very important to keep an eye on that. Long term, we hit 12.1. So right here in this kind of area right here, might see 12.5. Man, this was a huge move. $10 has some big support and resistance. Yeah, so we're right between this $12 and $10 area, kind of crazy. Maybe we'll find some support. This thing could be a little bit of explosive out of the gates. Huge move so far. Whew, it's gonna be hot. So you got PRTY on one of my screens. Let me go back to SNOA. Whatever happens today, I want to see if I can take, look for really the best setups. This whole being limited on trades thing has been really eating away at my soul a little bit. And I feel like I'm trading right. I'm doing everything right. But since I'm limited on trades, I have to maybe save my trades sometimes for the best move. The problem is, whenever I do that, then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to take this trade. And that trade ends up being the big one, So it's this bit of a mind game I've been playing with my limited trades. And this month, it somehow really got to me. Made very slow progress this month. We made progress this month, but very, very slow. We're also trading with tiny position size. I think that's something important to keep in mind. If we were trading with $10,000 position sizes, we'd have actually almost a $4,000 month, but we're trading with $1,000 position sizes, so we had a $400 month, and that's really not that bad. That's still position size account growth 40%. That's pretty nice. Again, it's just since I'm using small position sizes, it doesn't feel as wow, Alex, these are some blow-away trades you're making. Yeah, check out Mr. Bodia. I check out the video description below. The first link, there's a video on the $25,000 challenge what we're doing here. So I'm looking at PRTY on my other screen. I'm going to look at SNOA as well. Keep a close eye on this one. We got 30 more seconds till the market opens. Again, I have a limit order here at 11.5 roughly. And then I'm going to keep an eye out for out of the gates, PHIO. This is going to be a hot open, I believe. I got 200 shares ready to go. Good luck, everyone. Looks like it's already trying to pop here. 7 more seconds. Finding support. Moving higher here. Can we break 55? That's the question. Getting an entry on PRT. Got the entry I wanted. It was a smaller position size. Watching these two tickers a little bit. Here you can see PRT. PRTY is still pulling back. Had an entry at 147. Small position size on that one. If anything, I'd probably buy a little bit more if it pulls back. PHIO, interesting move. PHIO is making some nice progress here. Had about a 1 minute pullback. It's a little bit skeptical with that one. I'm going to get out of PRTY. Looks like I'm going to have a loss on this one unless it has a red tick remove right now. But if we break 39, I'm going to get out of that one. PHIO is making huge moves in this area. See if I can get an entry on the low 55. Wow, huge move on PHIO. You know, that's a classic. What I was saying this morning was every time I don't get aggressive, because I'm like, I got to be careful, you know, it ends up being actually the great move that I should have got aggressive on. So it's a tough situation to be in with limited trades. Watching PRTY very closely. I have a stop at 39. Here's a little update on it. Let me quickly go back. I think PHIO is looking really hot here. I think I'm about to be stopped out. I'm stopped out on my PRTY. I took a $40 loss on that one. Small position, luckily. Probably should have closed it when that red tick remove failed, but it was very, very quick. I think I just got stopped out near the low, which is always extra unfortunate. But let's just keep an eye on it. I'm going to close my order on PHIO. Let's see if we can get a good entry on this one. Looking for a continuation move on it. Remember, this thing's up 162%. Stopping out on PARTY was really, really painful. I had a stop there that got executed. Was looking for that red to green move, and I think we're going to get it, but I got stopped out right before. Let's see. PHIO is really the one to be watching. It's always hard to be trading two stocks. I always get kind of psyched out a little bit trading two stocks, but a little bit of practice never hurts. PHIO is the lead gapper on the day. SNOA is looking pretty hot as well. Although it had that really aggressive pullback. Maybe it's going to open up. It's got halted here. It's going to open up on 39. So I'm watching PRTY on the 143 on my watch list right here. I'm focused on PHIO though and SNOA. I would like to maybe buy out of the halt on SONA. I don't see any negative news that came up, so it could be a good ticker. PHIO gaining some momentum here again. I see your comment, Sebastian. Interesting. PHIO, keeping my eye on this one. 575. Can this area hold? PARTY, man. That one's doing exactly what I wanted it to. Got stopped out on that one, unfortunately. PRTY is back at 139 where I got stopped out. PHIO is pulling back here. $5 big support. This is going to be an interesting zone for potential bounce. I'm going to probably remove my SONA order and just kind of be ready to go for a potential entry. I don't know what's going to happen after it gets unhalted, but I do think it could be a really good dip buy opportunity because it doesn't have any negative news out. It's really unfortunate with PRTY. Yeah, Andre, I think that's the way to play that one. Just hit my stop, my max stop. Keeping a really close eye on PHIO would like an entry. It's hard to say where. SONA opening up here. Support at 13. Watching both tickers. PHIO pulling back. Remember, both these have tiny floats, so they can move very quickly. I'm not in PHIO. I have yet to trade it. Woohoo! SNOA, man, huge spike. I almost bought it there at 13.5, but I didn't. This thing's up about $1 a share. Man, oh man, that would have been nice. Getting some good practice though, trading two stocks at once, or at least looking at two potential entries. Fortunately, our first one with PRTY was not a success. There's probably a good chance BHIO could break back above VWAP here. Yeah, I know what you mean with party. PHIO pulling back again. $5 could crack here. $9:42 a.m. I got one little red trade in with PRTY. Got stopped out at 39. Was looking for the red to green. So far, the $5 area is holding really well on PHIO. Here is PRTY pulling back quite extensively since the pre-market. We had about 35% down on the day. Not looking too hot. But if we break back above 146, it could be interesting. Pulling back here right now. This is why you cut your losses. Unfortunately, my cutting my losses wasn't at the nicest spot. I could have actually took a small profit on this trade. So that's a little bit annoying. Selling off again. Whoops, what did I just click on? Well, that's why you cut your losses. Just wish I cut my losses, or just, I don't know. That just... whatever, can't complain. Let's see here. PHIO looks like it's going to break here. VWAP, 50-minute EMA. I wouldn't be surprised. Boom! Just did it. I usually would be buying this one. I don't really like the 5-minute setup though, so I'm going to let this one slide. But typically this is a little EMA breakout, but we don't have that nice 5-minute setup, so I'm not trading this one. I would have been long already right now. So let's see if this one would have worked out. So far I would be getting pretty nervous in this area. First 15 minutes are just about over here. 15 minutes are over now. So the gap and go is kind of more or less over. So let's see, you know, let's take everything down a notch. Breakouts are going to be a little slower. Everything's going to be a little slower now. PHIO making some moves. That entry would have potentially worked out. Right now we would have been up 5%, so kind of interesting. SNOA about to get unhalted. Let's check out CHCI. Making some nice stair steppers higher. Yeah, that is actually really clean. Funny call, Peter. It is very, very clean. Choppy, very choppy chart pattern though, overall. Maybe we could get up to 4. Interesting pick though. Nice rate of change as well. I think from here on out, I got 2 trades left, maybe 3 if I use smaller position size. So I'm going to probably take it a little bit more chill. PHIO out of the gates would have been such a nice ticket. I kind of felt that in my core too. I don't know how I slept through that one. 20% move. Yeah, that could have been real nice. I was kind of chasing the red to green move a little too much, and then I lost my focus. That was my problem. Nice, boy class. Super nice on that. I don't feel super comfortable trading SNOA, although it did find some support at $14 now. PRTY, kind of just chilly vanilla in this area. This could start picking up. You know, this could be exactly like PHAS or GN, what was it, something Q from the day before. That just kind of took a little bit longer, and then eventually it did make some nice moves. This alert is way too close. Yeah, it won't. Nice, Corey. You know, this PHIO dip is quite interesting. Anyone trading this dip? Yeah, that's so true. That 5-minute chart is not looking nice. SNOA might be breaking out here at 15.5. Let's keep an eye on it. This could be a really nice breakout, actually. Big breakout on SNOA. Looks like it's about to break 1630. Could use a potential entry on the dip here. Big volume on the breaks so far. See if we can get a quick entry on this one on the pullback here at 15. $19.55. We have a big breakout here, flat top breakout with a 1 minute pullback. This could be a really, really good setup. I'm trading it a little bit more cautious just because we've had some very aggressive pullbacks on SONA with a big spread. This could be the break here at 16.3 though. It should break here. $16.25, here we go. Boom, that was it. That was the break. I didn't buy this one. $16.6. Life, yeah. I'm only looking at price action. Well, I'm in VMA and 15-minute EMA as well. I got a video explaining everything that I do in the video description below. $25,000 challenge. SNOA just going absolutely crazy. Wanted to buy that dip. I had an order in the 40s, but I missed it, and I moved my order down actually after I missed it. So I should have actually been more aggressive, but missed that by a few cents actually. It's always the worst. PHIO pulling back a little bit here. I'm watching PHIO and I'm potentially seeing on SONA for a pullback. PRTY has been such a letdown, huh? Just keeps on selling off. You got to be careful with these stocks that constantly sell off. Sometimes they have a ripper of a red to green move. Sometimes they don't, which makes that setup much easier to trade if you have unlimited trades. Otherwise, cutting the losses is sometimes, it's annoying because it's like, that's my, only trade today or something like that. Held HX overnight. How did that one go? I have no idea. I have not been looking at HX. If I miss any comments in the chat, I just can't. I'm a little focused right now, but in about 15 minutes, we'll be able to have it a bit more chill. SNOA just constantly creeping up, just constantly. Whoo! Let's quickly look at the daily chart. Where's some big resistance here? We have huge resistance on the 20. $17 tops, 18 as well. Whole dollars are always going to be interesting kind of zones. Let's see if we get a little pullback here at 18. Man, crazy action today. Whoo. The amount of... Did it just get halted? No. SNOA, I think it just got halted here. Oh my lord. I'm not even sure where I would want to buy this one. put a limit order here above 16 just a little bit. Maybe we'll get a potential entry on the resumption. Reducing size a little bit. Yeah, Corey, totally, man. Totally. SONA up to 230% on the day. PHIO is having a bit of a triple bottom in this area at $5 right now. Nice, Jay. That's amazing. Hopefully it just spikes on out of there. Usually halts on the way to the upside are typically a good thing. Yep, Jake, we're doing it right now. I kind of hope PHIO does crash a little bit. It'd be nice to pick it up. PRTY is a bit dead at the moment. Ooh, do you guys see those sellers just kind of randomly scooch on through here? Nice, Jay. Super nice. It's a good way to start the weekend. It's gonna resume probably around 59. PHIO might crack here. We are trending below VWAP and the 15-minute EMA, not too hot. Just Jake, any sort of cash account on a or offshore broker would work. I have a whole video on it. The first video, guys, in the video description below, tradejournal.co/connect. There's a link called the $25,000 challenge. Once you're on that page, the video goes over everything we do here as we stream every day. ADAP on the move. ADAP getting smacked in the face right now by that 15-minute EMA. That's what's going on right here. See how far this one pulls back. It's gonna be interesting to watch. Life coming back into PRTY. Yeah, no problem, Jake. Happy to have you here, man. Ike is looking to short AGFS again. Oh, God. I gotta say, PHIO, I mean, the fact that it didn't break here and it's kind of pulling back to the upside looks kind of promising. It's a bit of a choppy chart, though. Yeah, no worries about a slow start. That's all fine. I'm not sure about ADAP. I'm not sure. Here we go. SNOA opening up. Instantly pulled lower. You guys won't believe what just happened. Look at this. It literally looks at my limit order and turns around. and shoots to the upside. Oh my God, that would have been such a good trade. Oh my Lord. That missed my entry by like 2 cents. Horrible, horrible. Oh my Lord. Would have been up 17% right now. Oh, Corey. What was that? Well, that was a disaster. I just moved down my limit order, but it was at 21. My Lord. I think this thing just got halted again, or maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say. Oh, that was so ridiculous. There's probably like a list of like 3 top annoying things with trading, and it's missing entries by a few cents, getting chopped out before a big move, and I don't know what the third one is right now, but those are like, those give you a little bit of FOMO. Scott, I don't have anywhere to monitor that. You can monitor them at the NASDAQ website under halts, but typically all halts are 5 minutes long. So that's just a guess. PHIO falling off a cliff, guys. What? News just came out showing strong short shares soar. It's good news. It's positive news. Big sell off though. It's going to be a bounce. I wouldn't buy too early. $73. SNOA pulling back very aggressively again. My God, everything's just going crazy right now. It's a little hard to focus on this many stocks. 66 still pulling back. I think PHIO is pulling back for generally no reason right now besides just straight up hecticness. Remember, all these have low floats. These have tiny floats. Potential entry here at 65. Didn't get it. This thing probably will keep bouncing here. If we get another pullback, I would definitely be buying that one. Bounce is a little weaker than I would hope for. People are still nervous on this one. SNOA looks like it's about to get halted on the way down here. $72. SNOA halted, focusing on PHIO. Looks like we might crack that high right here. Yeah, PHIO would have been a really Interesting one here. Sometimes they have a second dip. I'm going to wait for that potential. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to trade it. Just not enough bounce volume here to make me really excited. Could just be a slow recovery. News destroys these small caps, even if it's a good news, because nobody knows what that news is at first, and that everyone just wants to get out. And with a small float, they just absolutely rip to the downside. PHIO, I'm going to be watching that one like a hawk at 10:09. 10:09:09, it's going to be opening. PRTY back at 1.37. I'm not sure what you mean by total view, Tom, to be honest. Whoo, PHIO. Yeah, this, I don't really like this dip buy because, I don't know, 4% so far. My risk reward is pretty quick. Like, I don't know, 1 to 2 is pretty ideal. It depends. Every trade is different. So dip buying, I'm looking pretty close here. 20 cents a share on a $5 stock. Here we go, pulling back again. This could just be a little retest. I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a toughie. It's a toughie to say. I mean, that news was not bad at all. It shouldn't even be pulling back. 65. It is overextended though, in general. 4.5, we touched it. It'd be quite nice to see this area crack. Not a lot of selling volume. That's looking at 88p, about to touch VWAP. Yeah, that could be really good. I'm focused on PHIO right now. Here we go, breaking 450. Definitely some stops going off here. If we see this in the 30s, I'd probably go long. Potential entry here at 433. Moving down again. Still some big sellers on this one though. $440. $441. Decent little reversal here. 42, here we go. Looking for a little bit more price action. Decent volume though, I like what I'm seeing. 45. $46, just inching up a little bit. Not the strongest move, but it's okay. I like how that buyers are getting as close to the ask as possible. It's usually a good sign. Still a weak bounce though, I gotta say. Trying to get out here at 44. Well, right as I say that, this thing pulls back a little bit more. And I'm negative again on this one. It's a little bit unfortunate. Strong sell-off, guys. You got to watch out with these. It's not good. Try to take my profits actually when it was looking weak. Buyers back in here a little bit. Out of this trade, small loss on this one. Actually, no, that's not true. I just realized I got out of 33. I thought I got out. I thought I had a worse entry. I think it's going to bounce. In all honesty, I do. But I think it's also going to keep pulling back potentially here. This is a little painful. I'm not going to lie. I had basically 3% in the bag, 4%. Trading with small position size freaks me out because it's all super weird to calculate. All right. Usually, you know, I'm not even going to get into it. SONA is back. Yeah, I'm watching it. The thing about PHIO, it's the worst when these keep creeping down, and before you know it, you're down 10%. I never want to let that happen to me, so I always get out when the bounce is weak. That's what I try to do here. I try to just close it, take my small profit, and walk away. Unfortunately, I didn't get that. I think this thing is going to bounce. Yep, doing exactly what I wanted here. Breaking above 51. Gotta lie, that's another slap in the face today. Man, I'm gonna get slapped around today. Picture perfect. Yep, so you know what I almost did? I almost averaged down on this one. Sometimes when I average down, I always learn why I don't average down, and it is what it is. I'm hoping for another pullback on PHIO. It doesn't matter if we get a better or worse entry than the last trade. It's another trade, another setup. I like the fact that it's finding some support. I'm a little nervous that maybe I'm trading here emotionally biased, which I probably am a little bit, 10, 20, 30%, who knows. So oftentimes I like to give trades, stocks a little bit of wind and not trade them again, especially after a loss. But this is looking pretty good. I do like a lot of things about this one. So I might buy here at 45. I would ideally like this one to pull back one more time, even have a whole continuation streak on pulling back. Dip buying, you just got to be quick with dip buying. I love buying the dips, but you got to always take profits like 4 or 5%. This one went up like about 6%, right? So we would have been taking profits. Dying volume here, doesn't look like there's as much interest on this one. So again, I'm going to be a little bit pause off on it. I do think we have a nice reversal on our hands at one point. I do think the sell-off was a little bit aggressive, but it could easily keep selling off to 3.5. You just don't know. Or it's going to break 15-minute EMA. I mean, that 450 is getting chipped away pretty aggressively. Also, pretty decent 5-minute potential setup here. Funny thought, Dad. Yeah, I'm sure they have other issues though. I don't know if the graduation would have made it or break it for them. Ooh, SNOA kind of with their aggressive dips all the time here. This could get halted. I would be out of this trade if I was long it. Ah, that was such a perfect little dip buy. Really kicking myself about this one a little bit. So obvious, and that's like my go-to most profitable setup actually. This could break 50-minute EMA right here. Oh, I would cry if it did. Not a lot of volume behind it though on the bounce. 460. Oh, it's gonna crack it. Oh, it does. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. So my timing was off by one dip. That's painful. I'd be up 9%. At least we didn't lose money on that. Flatcom, yeah. Rub it in. Buyers back on PHIO. This could be a really nice reversal on PHIO. I'm gonna put a limit order on 38 just in case. Close call on PHIO. Removing limit order, although I do think this bounce has some potential in it. Just gonna wait here. I'm in no rush. We got another 30 minutes I'll probably be trading for, maybe 40 minutes. I'm gonna wait for some bigger setups here. I'm gonna quickly take a little walk around my desk, shake off those 2 bad trades. Fill up my tea. I was wondering what made me think PHIO is going to bounce. Honestly, the pure fact that it just sold off too aggressively, too quickly. And I was talking about this in one of my recap videos a few weeks back, but we had a max spike here on this red candle. And sometimes when you see one of those, one second. My IRA account just made a trade. I was like, something just happened. Sometimes when you see the max spikes here, I think, okay, this is actually a good potential reversal spot because we just had maximum flush capitulation. There's a good chance that this is just overextended. That's what I was looking for. We're getting a pretty nice move right now on PHIO. Congrats to anyone that got long. So this is a nice move here. Kind of wanted that move, missed it again by a few cents. Oh, the amount of moves I missed today by a few cents are unholy. Could have been like a 20% day. Maybe even more, like 25%. I think PHIO has a nice trend to the upside here. Doing exactly what I wanted. I got flushed out. It's such an annoying spot. I would probably buy a dip under 4.5, but I'm not sure if we're going to get it. PRTY, yeah, kind of back in action a little bit, huh? Had a really nice retest here at VWAP. I need to get on a winning streak again. All this choppiness, slow month stuff is gonna end soon. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. I like the rounded bottom on PRTY. I mean, technically this is what I was looking for, but in like a 1 minute setup. It's kind of funny. PHIO still showing a lot of strength overall. SNOA, quite a solid little move here. 12%. What's up, Julio? PHIO was gapping up 160%. 4 million float was pretty small. They had positive data on tumor drug. Nice, man. That's really good to hear. And the 5 minute setup. The 1 and the 5. SONA looks quite nice. It has this really solid pullback here. Could be finding some support as long as that bird outside doesn't fly into it. And then, who knows, could have a continuation. I don't think I'm going to be trading this setup. I would like a bigger pullback, but I'm not sure how we're gonna get that, if we're gonna get it. PRTY right under VWAP could be an interesting play for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if it had a little bit of a flush under 45 right before it broke VWAP to shake some people out, aka me if I was buying the breakout. That's Cruiser, that's just me losing my mind a little bit. SNOA, guys, what is this? Very weak flush. I think PHIO definitely has potential, has a lot of potential. Man, I've been between PRTY, PHIO, and SNOA all day. Big buyers here, 45. PHIO at 4.6. Oh man, there's so much suspense right now. I'm gonna get a heart attack any second. Oh la lord. Oh, this is why if you're a day trader, you have to have a fitness program. SNOA, guys, what is this? Is it trying to break above this bull flag pattern that it just broke past? This is a buy entry right now. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. Oh, I got 2 trades left. That's, you know, I gotta stop thinking about that just in general. Nice, David. That also works. It's a valid trading style. PH, SNOA actually right now could be a good entry. Check out those buyers at 143, huge buyers. Hidden buyers, they're there. $143. I'm not in any trade right now. I want to join SONA. I want to join all of them, to be honest. Just Peach SNOA looks pretty all right. Look at them sellers now coming in. Looking for potential entry on SNOA. 10:35 a.m. Just entered SNOA right here. Looking for this to break out, move higher. SNOA is our lead gapper on the day. I closed this trade when the breakout did not happen. It might happen here. Basically, if you just did the opposite of everything I did today, you would be green. Wow, what a shaky day for me. I still got one trade left. The reason I got out of SONA, I don't know if you guys saw that. Big sellers went through. I was looking for a breakout continuation. We did not get that. Okay, so it was a good thing I got out of that. That was really sketchy. You guys can watch the replay, obviously. That was a perfect breakout setup. And a lot of times on these hot setups, these quick moves, you buy the breakout or you bail out if it doesn't break out. And I bought the breakout. We had a nice flag pattern here above the EMA. And boom, I was looking for this big move here. Just did not get that. And I do not want to be an SNOA halted on the way down. Yep, Zachary, that is super true. I mean, Corey, in terms of Zachary's comment. And flag patterns. I don't know. I would just Google trading flat patterns and just study it for as long as possible. And also study your past trades. You know, check out all your past trades that are flag patterns. I kind of missed PRTY. I don't really know what happened. Sometimes it's hard to enter a trade if you don't really know how it's been playing. I don't like the fact that all the sell volume has the highest point. So we had a failed breakout here, not looking too hot. I got one more trade left. I got 800 bucks. SNOA is still looking kind of interesting. It didn't flush to the downside. I would re-enter this. I have nothing against re-entering a stock. I just don't want to overstay my welcome when it doesn't work out, right? So far, I'm a red on the day a little bit, like 40 something bucks, 41 bucks. Not really too bad, not too great, but not too bad. Big move from 88p. Big volume too. My God, I gotta really struggle here with this position size stuff right now. Let's see, I would need 75 shares if I wanted to trade this. My Lord. PHIO, yeah, 4.2. What a pullback. 49. I'd probably buy the second pullback here if we get it. SNOA is pulling back as well. Good thing I exited that trade. ADAP could still have some big room to run here. Let's see if we can get an entry on this one. Entry limit order at 63. Just went long this one. 80 shares. Looks like I was a little bit eager beaver on that one. This would also be a nice entry. This is actually the entry I was waiting for. I said I want to buy on a crack of 45 or 50. I don't remember. So doing exactly that. My Lord. Just one of those days for me. Luckily, it's a very small position size in terms of getting a little sporadic here. I'm looking for a break of this 988. I like the volume that came in on this one. A lot of buyers here, making me fairly confident. Holding its highs well. Sold off a lot. Could be a bit of a reversal here. I'm long ADAP at 963. I was waiting for a dip under 50 to go long ADAP, but I kind of jumped the gun a little bit when that pullback did not happen. So that's just how it goes sometimes. ADAP moving higher here. Want to see the break of this high. We want to break 73. A lot of resistance on the 73. 75, breaking higher. Nice volume coming in on this one. We could see a breakout here. Let's see if we can break that $10 zone. Back below my limit order, my entry at 63. Par says I'm over trading, probably right. But I waited for kind of a good moment for this one. I don't really feel like this is an unwarranted trade. We are right above 15-minute EMA. Everything is looking pretty good. Possible breakout at 10. I think it's super likely. I mean, this is a good setup. I didn't want to miss the move. So yeah, not wanting to miss the move could be over trading. Let's see, here we go. A little bit of a Raketa Paketa here. Come on, am I going to get my beer paid for me today? I got to hydrate. SNOA, guys. Good thing we closed out that position. Fairly weak breakout on ADAP. I got to say, I'm not blown away, but I think this could just be a bit more of an afternoon kind of setup. Might just take a little bit longer here. SNOA severely pulling back right now. Markets are all red. I don't think I was acknowledging that too much. Would love a bit more of a break past 10. Let's see if we get a second attempt right now. SNOA halted on the way down. This is why I closed that position. It was the last thing I wanted, was to be in a halt on the way down. Here we go, 88p, finally breaking that 10, finally doing what we've been waiting for. Remember, this is a small position size, so technically we're up pretty okay, 7% for a second there. Remember, a lot of other people are going to be watching this stock because PHIO is selling off, SNOA is selling off, everything is selling off, so not as exciting. We could, big volume on this one, looking for a bit more of a continuation here. Having a 1 minute pullback right now. Ideally, I want to see a break of 1050. Selling half of my position here, 35. Looking for one more move higher. $44, not really getting that. Back to 33, this could pull back even more. Really nice little afternoon trade. Unfortunately, like I said, small position size. Big volume in this one. I might even let this one go one more time here since I have very small position size left, only dealing with a few $100. Locked in some profit. Unfortunately, I didn't lock it in on the break of 50 because that was my original goal. Looks like we're going to break below 10.11 here. Hopefully not, but it kind of looks like it. Holding its highs pretty well. I like the fact that ADAP has the potential, it has room to run. I would probably argue to about 1250. Big resistance though here. This looks like a pretty healthy little flag. Big buyers on 88p. This is holding its high very well. I don't know if we're going to get a fake out or a proper breakout, but I do think we're going to get some sort of attempt, at least. 1040. Here we go. 57. In the 53. We need more volume to come in on this one. Right now it's a fake out. 53 again, 54. Looking for this to really crack the 50s, not really getting it though. Remember, late morning tends to go a little bit slower here, 44, back in the 30s. close this position. I think it could still break out. It's holding its high as well. It's not flash crashing down. Okay, well, there was the flash crash. So, booyakasha. This is ridiculous. Okay, small account challenge update. So, after a hectic day of trading, we made 17 bucks. We had a big internal red to green move. Lost pretty decently on my first trade. Second trade was pretty nonsense in this area. Walked away with a small loss. We didn't get the breakout, so I closed this one. So anyone that says, Alex, you don't hold long enough. This is why I don't hold long enough. This is why I don't hold long enough. You never know when it doesn't work, because eventually it doesn't, and you're down 10% in a second when you could have just closed out. I'd rather miss potential profits, to be honest with you, because it's happened to me probably over 100 times where I just hold a little bit too long and then I make a giant mistake. Now, ADAP might break 10.5. I'm not saying it's over. I'm not saying this move is over. I'm just saying this little setup, this is what I traded. This 12% move is that was my goal. So if this goes to like $50 today, that's different. That's you know, you can make many trades along the way. This is simply just day trading in the morning. That's it. SNOA, guys, pulling back like tomorrow the world is going under. This is devastating stuff. You're just getting constantly halted on the way down. So from where we got out, it's down 20%. Ay, ay, ay. Thanks, Dad. Corey's right. Trailing stop losses are very good as well. I mean, that's another way to take a little bit of the responsibility to having to stop out. And you could take like, 5-10% stop or 7%, whatever. I think it would be interesting to see the statistics of doing it one way for like a month and then the other way for a month. Maybe one day we'll do that, but right now, I don't know. Woo! Don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you enjoy the content and if you enjoy being green on the day. I know ADAP sure freaking made me a little nervous here. I could have probably took a bit more profit on it, but I'm pretty happy. We had a nice entry, decent exit. It is what it is. I gotta say, ooh, this bounce off of 14 bucks, man. Oh my Lord, baby Jesus. This could be a really nice little setup here. Woo! Look at that, one candle right here. 3% move. How come it sold off so much? What was the reason behind that? I think the big problem with SNOA is the spread. The spread is just really unhealthy big. PHIO, I see some of you guys asking about it. I don't know. After a stock breaks my heart, I have a hard time going back to it, but obviously 375 is a crazy support and resistance zone. Maybe it's going to have a nice little love tap on that and bounce back up. I don't know. I'm officially out of trades for the week or for the day. Monday, I'll be back at it. Raise up, looking at PHIO with an average of 4.5. It depends what you want to do. So you're down 50 cents a share. So typically 20 cents a share on a $5 stock is my max stop. That's kind of where I'm like, I'm out of here. I would be a little bit nervous looking at what PHIO has done in the past, so I probably would not hold it overnight. There is, however, big support down here, but I would be also nervous that, volume's fading and it just constantly gets chipped away. I think a very risk-averse move would just be to sell into any sort of green spikes Or you can set a stop, but the problem with setting a stop at this point is if the stop does get triggered, it's going to be a pretty hefty little loss. So I would probably sell into any green spikes. Unless you're swing trading or investing and you believe in the company, but that's not what we're doing here, so I'm just assuming that's not what you're doing. Dan's wondering if I would recommend an alert service. I think yes and no. I think if you are an investor and then you're looking for companies that are doing really nice things to be put on your radar, so someone's doing the work for you to go through balance sheets, to go through company products, to go through XYZ that you're not going to do yourself, I think there is some value in watch list on that category. But I think, and I made this mistake, and this is also why I think this, I would not buy an alert for small caps day trading. And here's the reason why. Because when I first started trading, I was following a watch list and I was overwhelmed. I had no idea what to trade. I would pick the tickers from other people, and then I would look at them and I'd be like, what am I doing, right? It's too quick. It's too quick. So what I would focus on, and you guys, everyone in this chat room and basically anyone in the world can do this, but you guys are hearing it. Learn how to build a watch list. Learn how to run a scanner in the morning. And I have a video in the video description below that goes over my scanner. So I see this list. This is auto-generated. Every day I'm watching this list. You guys can do the same. And if you learn how to do that, you can become self-sufficient. And if you can become self-sufficient, you don't need to buy any sort of alerts. That's why I don't sell any alert service, because I generally don't believe in stock alerts for day trading. To me, it doesn't really make sense. However, alerts on a long-term thing, like, finding good investments, that's kind of interesting, because that's much harder to do in my opinion. Yeah. Yeah. No, rise up. No worries about messing up, man. Trading, my win ratio is only 63%. So it's not like being wrong in trading is actually like once you understand that it's okay to be wrong, you start cutting losses quickly. You don't make as big as mistakes. My total winners, okay, this is because it combines my other account. So this is also using some other trades, but my win ratio right now is 60%. I think on Monday, we're going to be able to filter this stats page, and then you guys are going to be able to see that if this updates. But yeah, I'm only right 60% of the time based on whatever trades this is importing, which is my Roth IRA and my day trading. So this isn't very valid, but I just want you guys to know, like, every 10 trades, I'm wrong 4 times. So, but I'm still profitable. I could be wrong 50% of the time and I still would make money, because I cut my losses quickly and I let the winners ride a little bit longer. So even if I was throwing darts at a chart and I was 50-50, I would be making money. Tell that to anybody who doesn't think you can make money day trading. I've been doing this for years and you can't. I gotta say though, small account challenges are very difficult because being limited on trades messes with your brain. PHIO looking kind of interesting here. Could break the 15-minute EMA. I just don't like the fact that it has no volume. That always is a red flag to me. Yeah, Dan, I cover that in my video, but I just use TOS because it's free. It's maybe not the best, and it also doesn't show things like float, but it's pretty okay. I mean, you have traders like Ross Cameron, and he's a killer. He's really good. He pays for a scanner, but at the end of the day, I notice that I'm pretty much always watching what he's watching. But I don't know, maybe trade ideas, that's a scanner software. I would probably consider it because you can customize it a little nicer. So I could see like maybe stocks popping up that fit certain strategies. I don't know, like I'm not against paying for a scanner service, but right now I'm trying to do like the most grassroots thing, trading for free, not using any services, not using any paid anything. And TOS kind of allows you to kind of do all of that. It's not the best, but it's definitely like 80%. Thanks, Sebastian. That's really nice. Heiko's putting a trade on trade journal with PRTY. Ooh, I'm actually excited to see that one. Little dirty dog. Let's see what you got there. SNOA pulling back again. My Lord, baby Jesus, what is going on here? This thing is heart attack central. I gotta say though, this kind of looks like it might bounce. If you check the 5-minute chart, we have a pretty nice tail here. We had 2 tests. This could rip past the candle here. And if it rips past 420, this thing could maybe bounce 5% or so. If I had another trade, I'd probably trade this right here. 419, 425, boom, boom. 425 getting chipped away. Come on, SONA. I mean, SNO. Yeah, do I say that wrong? Okay, so it's a little weaker than I thought. So now I'd be like, should I cut my losses? This is tough. This is really tough. Sebastian, yeah, that also works. But I think the most important thing is at least as long as you understand why we're trading certain things. And if you're new, sometimes it takes 2-3 months or maybe just a few weeks. I don't know. Ask Heiko, South Florida Fishing Channel. He's been here a few months. And, sometimes it just takes a little bit of time till something clicks, right? I think when he first joined, it'd be like, why are we looking at these stocks? But now it's like, oh, okay, I get it. Low float, gapper on the day, up over, 40% pre-market, has a news catalyst, has room to run, has a fast rate of change. All these things, become second nature. No, that's totally fine. I was a Tim Sykes student, actually. I was at his last convention in Orlando. I have nothing against Tim Sykes. I even got a picture with Tim Sykes. I think he's doing really good stuff. And he introduced me to stocks, small cap stocks. The only thing that kept me from learning quicker with Tim Sykes was the fact that I became a little dependent on his watch list. And that took me much longer to become independent and a better trader. I think I learned a lot, but at the same time, I think you guys get what I'm talking about. Big on man. Yeah, TOS has no fees. That's true. There is fees if you short. Because you're borrowing money, right? Of course there's going to be fees when you short. Look at this, guys. This trade is working out, man. I cannot wait until we have unlimited trades. I'm going to go to the beer garden and order 2 Mosses to celebrate. Actually, I'm going to the beer garden in a little bit here. There's one right across the street from me. Oh, it's dangerous. Yeah, Jay, I totally feel you on that. Totally feel you on that comment. Let's see what else is new. NARV bad news and huge gap down, 2 halts going back up now. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. NERV. Man, I'm so happy I ended the day with like $17 up. It could have been, I just didn't want a red day. I was like, today we called out so many good moves, and they like, I wouldn't say all of them happened, but it was just a nice solid day. Don't want to end that red. And I always picture trading $10,000 per trade, because that's what I would be doing if I wasn't doing this challenge. And I'm like, okay, well, I made $17 today because I'm trading $1,000 position sizes, which means on a normal day, all else the same, I would have made 170 bucks on a day. Again, not life changing, but it's okay. Like, that's for 3 hours of work, that's not too bad. The schnitzels are 100% worth the hype. Yeah, Jake, I forget myself sometimes. I'll be back in Florida soon enough. And then Heiko and I, South Florida Fishing Channel, will be maybe I'll could draw him into the screen. We'll just be trading next to each other. It'll be really funny. Looking forward to it. I winded up in Germany because of Corona. No, I'm just kidding. I have an apartment here, and I'm here kind of part-time. I'm like a snowbird. It's a good place. Really, the summer in Berlin is amazing. The winter is pretty ugly. I'm not a fan of the winter, because it's kind of like, I want to say New York, but New York snows more. But imagine New York without just like, you know, when it's slushy and just not nice and just gray. That's like Berlin the whole entire time in the winter. Any VR guys opening up here? This was a pretty interesting call. Hit a low of 180. These are just high risk trades. You could all of a sudden be down 50%, but you could also, you know, be up 100%. So they're super interesting to watch. Tasty Works is $1. That's for options trading, right? Mawa Park in the summer. David, you know it. I live really close to Mawa Park. I could almost see it from my apartment. Schnitzels versus country fried steak in a 5-round title match. Who wins? I think it depends on the schnitzel. I think if I had a steak, I'd probably rather have I don't know, a New York strip or a filet mignon, and then like very raw. Country fried steak is pretty good too, though. I have nothing against it. Suna fragt, ob ich Deutsch spreche. Also ja, aber es könnte schon ein bisschen besser sein. Aber ich kann das Bier bestellen. Also ich kriege das schon hin. Heiko's all about that country fried steak. Yeah, it's good. But like a good schnitzel, like a real quality schnitzel, you don't get it everywhere. You know, you're paying like 25 euros sometimes. My God. I sometimes I feel like I cry when I eat it because it's that good. Thanks, guys. Nah, Heiko's, that's also a good point. Best schnitzel is the one you make at home. Or Heiko makes at home. Heiko hammers the pork thin. Coaches are nice. If you get a Heiko knows South Florida Fishing Channel. That's Heiko. That's my brother. He studied in Cologne, so Heiko will tell you all about the coach. Right now it's Maibach season, which is my favorite type of seasonal beer. Really, really nice. Last week I went to a beer garden in Spandau. I took a train to Spandau just to try this beer. So I'm like, just so you guys know, I'm a big beer fanatic. Heike says it comes too small of glasses. Maybach over Kush every time. Yeah, it's kind of like an IPA without the like extreme hops. You could kind of just slurp it away. It's just so good. But it's a Bock, so it's stronger, right? Oh yeah, Spandau. Yeah, Spandau's quite nice. Spent all day there. Sorry guys, I'm totally distracted when it comes to looking at tickers. This is the good thing about being out of trades, and it's also the good thing about day trading the morning. You know, technically right now, if I wasn't streaming or whatever, I would be done for the day. And you know, if I was on the East Coast, or let's say I was in California, what would that make it? 11 o'clock on the East Coast, then we're dealing at 9. So it's 9 o'clock and you're done for work for the day. So once you learn day trading and you get consistent at it, move to California and you're done at work every day at 9 o'clock. Or don't move to California, move to Florida because there's less taxes. Carmela's knocking. Yeah, Heiko. Where's another video? Carmela, it's because Heiko's too busy trading, day trading, and holding AGRN overnight, holding his shorts overnight. Is it AGRN? I feel like I said the wrong ticker. One sec, I can look it up. FinViz. What was the last ticker I looked up? I think I was looking up Heiko's short. AGRX, right? No. Fuck. I think I totally forgot. Drug manufacturers. Yeah. No, yes. Oh man, how did I forget this? When you forget tickers, it's so stressful. Guys, look at this, SNDA. So I kind of called it out. I called it out here that it was going to have a reversal. So this is something that I've noticed is a common mistake for me. I call out moves too early. So just like, which one was that? What ticker was that? PRTY. I had the right idea, but the timing was off, right? Same with SNOA. Oh man. PHIO, I think that was actually the one. And these really kind of bother me a little bit because it's like, oh man, I did everything right. Has a really nice, you know, this could have been a 9% trade. So this was almost perfect, just one candle off. And then again here, I called this move out right here, would have bought this pullback. I think I would have held through this one. I don't know, it's hard to say. But boom, another 8%. So guys, once we have unlimited trades, you know, I might start streaming a little bit longer, depending. I don't know. I don't want to overtrade. I think it's really easy to like just start getting really, what's that word? Scattered, choppy, messy. I don't know. Basically trading in a way that opens you up to a lot of mistakes. But boom, this is pretty nice. This was an 8% move. So pretty sweet there, you know? And even if you didn't get a perfect entry and exit, even if you bought the breakout and you sold near the high, you're still walking away with 4 or 5% profit. You do that with 10,000 bucks, you know, you just made $500. Heike has a paper with 50 tickers written on it in front of me like a Neanderthal. That's really, really funny. Well, you got to start somewhere. And I also every day I write my watch list down here just to keep things simple. and it's kind of my cheat sheet. So if I'm trading SNOA and I'm like, what was the catalyst? It's quicker for me to look on this and be like 2 million float, Australian approval for the hand sanitizer for coronavirus, up 150% pre-market, US drug manufacturer. So it's like a little quicker. Heiko's rolling out, and honestly, I was actually just about to say the same thing. Remember, guys, don't forget to drop a like if you appreciate the content. If you're totally new here and you're wondering what is going on, there's a video on the $25,000 challenge in the video description below. Check out the first link, tradejournal.co/connect, and you'll find it there. And then we go live every morning to trade the market open. So definitely consider subscribing. Join the community. It's growing every day. It's good fun here. PHIO. Good call, Andy. It definitely looks pretty good. I'm going to be working on my recap video in a little bit. First, I'm going to take a bit of a break. So I will see you guys in another few hours. So till then, stay safe, guys. Have a great weekend. Make some awesome trades. Stay safe. Have a good my buck. Nice, Carmela. I like it. Clean and simple, guys. Till next time. Ciao, ciao.